Well, 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 well. Don't mind the music in the background. That's my washer and dryer. My wife picked out musical washer and dryers. So, 6 consecutive wins by the Yankees, led by another great performance by Luis Hill. 6 innings, 1 run, 14 strikeouts, an absolute masterclass. 2 home runs by Juan Soto, opposite field shot by Giancarlo Stanton, who's red hot. Okay, the Yankees they're on a roll right now. They're playing. They're finding. They're so to me, they're finding a right balance of how to do this. But they're winning games in so many different ways, and that's a really, really, really fascinating thing. It's a really encouraging sign. So hopefully, you're all as happy as I am. Make sure to hit the like button to celebrate this Yankees win, as always. And shout out to everybody in the chat. We got Jonathan here, Stephen B, Peanut, Daniel Berry Sports. What is going on, everybody? We'll see how many people hop on, but it's Saturday afternoon, so could be a busy day. My wife is at Costco with the girls right now, so and doing stuff. So I wanted to get on here with you. Consul Yeti's in the place too. Yes, the Prime Minister of Texas in the house. Gene's here. Euro Yank. Dev, what's going on, everybody? Another Yankees win. Gang, 6 consecutive wins for the Yankees. They're 17 games over 500. 32-15. 32-15. I did not think they would be at this point right now. But I'm happy to see it. At the very worst right now, they've won the first 2 of this series against the White Sox. I think it's a 4-game series. At the worst, they're going to split the series. So, put another good performance by the Yankees. NFE's in the building too. There he is, my man. My main man. NFE and I have been trading old school hip hop song. We're old school rap fans. We've been sending each other old school classics all day today. So, hope you've been enjoying them, NFE. Jake Boss is here. Sunil's in the place. Yeah, 14 strikeouts. It's the most strikeouts that he's had that has been in the game since Garrett Cole, when a Yankee starter. So, 4 Yankee starter. Gene, what's happening, my friend? But a fantastic. And it's good to see Soto. I mean, Soto had like a 7-game kind of skid a little bit. He had a double off the walls yesterday, day before. Then he wakes up today with 2 bombs. And I think 2 other, and he was 3 for 3 or 4 for 4 today. So, hopefully, a nice little stretch. But I'd like to see him, Stanton, and Judge just like going on a tear. They will terrorize baseball if they do that. Terrorize it. But yeah, I mean, how can they protect his arm? Because just came back. Well, they are in a way. I mean, it's just, and again, they did take their time with him through Tommy John. So we don't know if they're gonna move to the bullpen. I don't think they're gonna want to mess with his momentum, in all honesty. So there's a possibility they could move to a 6-man rotation. I'm not sure. I see it happening, but that said, I think he'll get a breakout every so often. He'll either get an extra day or be skipped a rotation in a spot or something like that. He'll get a day where they'll take him out intentionally after 3-4 innings to give him a little bit of a break and put some of these other guys they have here. And again, today, I mean, Nick Birdie, 2 good innings. Dennis Santana came in and cleaned up tonight. So the Yankees are in a position right now where they have enough pitching depth so that they could give a guy like Hill a break if he's coming back, and they want to protect him throughout the long season. They can do that. And again, let's see. The other thing too is it's not always how many innings he pitches. Okay, how many pitches did he throw today? Let's have a look. Hill was 98 pitches. So 98 pitches. And he's got a 2.39 ERA. So he's not going over 100 with any regularity. So that's the other component to this too. Joe, what's happening? Yeah, my form, unbelievable. It's a good day. It's a good day. So I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, but I would agree, Wink. I don't think Gil's going to go anywhere right now until Cole comes back. So I don't think anybody's going to go in until Cole comes back. So, and they're saying he had another bullpen session and went well. So they showed footage of him today during the game, which is good. And and again, the Yankees got this thing on lock now. They have it on lockdown. 4 for 4 for Soto. You have 2 bombs, 2 hits. I think a single and a double like that, at least, or 2 singles. Is there a way to see? Is there any way to message off YouTube so you can talk about baseball? CJ, you can private chat me here or send me an email. blackbeltrunningcoach@gmail.com. That's my email. I'll give it to you again. blackbeltrunningcoach@gmail.com. Happy to talk baseball with you. Texas Buckeyes in the house too. Yeah, I'm telling you, he was on fire today. He was just, locked down, efficient with his pitches. Not really much. Not really. They weren't doing much. 14 strikeouts in 6 innings. That's a masterclass for one of our young kids. So, I mean, it's good to see the consistency and the confidence that that Matt Blake and Aaron Boone have in their pitchers, and they're not messing with something that's working. So, which is good. And again, it is good to have pitching depth. It's good. It'll be good to have JT Brubaker when he comes back. It's good to have Luke Weaver here and Nick Birdie, some of these guys who can throw multiple innings. So we'll see if Canley's him. Canley's, I think he's any day now, Stephen B. He could be. So yeah, I would have mean, yeah, I mean, I agree. Not many pitchers gonna enjoy facing this lineup right now. This lineup is hell on pitchers, and our pitching rotation's hell on hitters. So it's a good you know, yeah, no, we don't do that, Cineo. Pest control. You're a funny dude. Cineo. That's a good one though. But again, I guess it absolutely right, man. I mean, it's a good day. It's a good day. But we'll see if Canley's up tomorrow. I'm not sure. Dodgers fans are what, really? They're protesting in support of Ipe, really? Honestly, Wink, I haven't seen that, but one side of me feels like I'm not surprised. That I think these people know that Otani is not completely innocent. I think they know. And I think a lot of us agree with that. I don't think Otani is completely innocent. And I think it's unfair if that's the case that Ipe is going to take the fall for him. Accountability. If you got the top dog that's perpetrated something bad, then the top dog needs to go down. Period. And again, set an example. Set the right example. And that's the key. If you're going to set an example, set the right one. So, but we'll see what happens. So I'm not surprised that the fans are protesting in support of Ipe. I'm not surprised at all. And I didn't see that. I'm going to take a look at that. You tweeted me a video, Wink. Oh, I'll take a look at it, man. I'll take a look at it today. That's it. Move the Dodgers to Vegas. Yeah, I know. To make that gambling legal. Hey, Jennifer, how are you? Joe, what's good? I'm telling you, man. The Dodgers come to town late. I think it's the 23rd, 24th, and 25th of June, if I'm not mistaken. So, and I'm working on getting tickets for one of those games. Just like the Yankees come to Philadelphia to play the Phillies, which is my wife's team. I'm working on getting tickets for that in August too, because I want to be able to go there with my wife and her dad, who's a big Phillies fan too. So DJ could return soon. Yep. So could Canley. So could Vivas. So it's going to be interesting. And I said yesterday, I envy their situation right now, having this much depth, and they're going to be, they will be replacing talent with talent. There's no doubt about it. But I don't envy the decisions that they have to make because of the guys that are coming back. So I think it's going to be some tough calls that need to be made, and maybe some fans are going to be not happy, with the calls that they make. I'm not sure, but is it June 7th to the 9th? Okay, Jennifer. I thought it might have been a little bit later than that. Okay, 7th to the 9th, even better. Brian, what's good? Have I ever thought about being? I was a season ticket holder, Wink, until the Yankees started their new stadium. And then my mom and I used to have season tickets for her and her job, and they marked it up by like 1,000%. So couldn't afford it anymore. I used to go to about 50, 60 games a year with my mom or my buddies. 50 to 60 games every single year for like a decade straight. And, Joe, you can email me, blackbeltrunningcoach@gmail.com. Blackbeltrunningcoach@gmail.com. Like a black belt in martial arts, runningcoach@gmail.com. Okay? Yankees are super red hot, Joe. Sorry, June 7th to the 9th. All right. Okay. John Satir, what's happening, my man? June 7th to the 9th. All right. Luis Hill is showing to be the real deal. I'm glad. And again, the Yankees have a lot of guys still yet to come out here. Clayton Beeter. You got Will Warren, who's trying to figure things out right now. Will Warren was getting hit hard, and then he was good for a while, and he's getting hit hard again. So he's got probably some of the best command in the farm, but he's got to kind of get consistent right now. There's some other guys like Henry Lane. Is another guy um, that's got high level upside, but I'm not joining the hype train just yet. Just like with Roderick Garris, I mean, they're highly touted prospects, but they're still very developmental. There's a ways before they can come up here. A ways before they come up here. But I like what the Yankees have done to their farm. Every single level, they've got guys that are highly touted prospects. We haven't had that in a long time, so it's good. So I mean, I wouldn't say Garrett Cole's past his prime. He won the Cy Young last year, Brandon. Somebody telling you that he's past his prime? Yeah. Well, that's true, Brian. When we had the bases loaded a couple times today, and we didn't capitalize, so I would agree with that. Oh, I'm glad you brought Joe. I'm glad you brought up Oscar Gonzalez. He's the other guy that fractured his orbital bone with Rivas. They hit a foul ball off their face. So he's known for hitting the ball, and he's another outfielder with a cannon for an arm who can come up. He was one of the guys from the Cleveland Guardians that walked off against the Tampa Bay Rays a couple of years ago in the wild card to advance them in the playoffs. So right-handed hitter. We claimed him. I don't know if we claimed him in free agency or off waivers, but he's in the Yankees farm. He's in AAA right now. He could be another guy that could be an option for the outfield if something happens. So, and they have him. They've got um, Spencer Jones coming. They've got Jason Dominguez coming. So it's a lot of exciting options. But you're right, Joe. Oscar Gonzalez is tearing the ball up right now. Yep. Yep. Yeah, pitching has been outstanding all around. I mean, pitching's been good, and it's another one too. Brock Selvage, another good one. And I feel, yep, Brock's another one. So, John, I personally, I can't see Soto leaving. I can't. Yep. Any Yankee pitcher will ever break Gators 18. I could see that wink. I think Cole could break it. I think Hill could break it. And that's an impressive record. So we've got two or three guys that have already hit 20. Randy Johnson, Roger Clemens, and Kerry Wood. They've struck out 20 in one game. Those three guys. It's never gone beyond 20, but I think at some point, Wink, somebody will probably exceed 20. But that's such a hard thing to do. Such a hard thing to do. So I'm telling you, Soto is very happy to be Yankee, and you're 100% right, Texas. Yeah, he buckled down after the first inning jam. There's no doubt about it. It says a lot about these Yankees pitchers right now. And it looks like they're feeding off each other. They're working together in a group. It's a tight-knit group, and it's really great to see. You know, really, really high. Like I need my Knicks now to win Game 7 against the Pacers. So they're coming back to New York, and they need to close out the Pacers. A good series. That's what it's supposed to be at this level of playoff at basketball. So it's got to be this way. Yeah, I mean, Hill has the arm, Brian. So does Cole. I mean, even a guy like Chase Hampton or Clayton Beater, like those guys could be. They have like ridiculous fastballs and really good off-speed stuff too. So it would definitely, I would imagine, be a power arm. And the guys that did it, Clemens, Randy Johnson, and Kerry Wood, they're all power arms. So, you know, yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know if Trent Grisham. Like the problem with Trent Grisham, in my opinion, he's a Gold Glove defender. And when he plays, he hits, but he doesn't really play that often. So it's very hard at this level to get into some kind of groove that if you're not really playing. And again, it's really hard for him to play. Just like I feel the same way Jason Dominguez. He's not going to take anybody's spot. None of these guys in the outfield. It's not happening. So they're going to have to play him in the minors. And he just started his rehab, so they have 30 days to decide where they're going to play him. It's not going to be in the Bronx. I'm pretty confident when I say it's not going to be in the Bronx. Unless he hits 25 home runs in the next month, he ain't going to be in the Bronx. And it shouldn't be in the Bronx. Let him continue to play. Let him continue to rehab and recover and get healthy, and I hope the Yankees handle him with care. I really do. Just like they're doing with Garrett Cole, they need to do the same thing with Dominguez. But I hear what you're saying, Joe, about Grisham. And yeah, I hear what you're saying. And Oscar Gonzalez is known to be a clutch hitter. And he has that dog in him, it looks like. And it looks like, the Yankees are It's almost like the theme song for the Yankees are not dog, DAWE. These guys are total dogs. I love it. Gonzalez is claimed off waivers. Okay, thank you, NFA. I don't know, Brandon. I mean, any trade that the Yankees make could be to improve around the margins. We don't know. I mean, it's we're still 2+ months away from the trade deadline, so I'm not exactly. Their needs are going to be different in 2 months, so it's still a little early to tell. But as of right now, there's really no obvious need in a trade. There isn't. So, you know, Joe, I'm not worried about the Mets. The Mets are $240 million in the red. So, and if the Yankees want them, the Mets aren't going to outbid them. The Mets cannot outbid the Yankees if they want a player. Doesn't matter how rich Steve Cohen is. Okay, why would he go to the Mets anyway? That's the other question I have. I understand people worrying about this too much. There's too much Mets and WFAN propaganda going out there saying Soto's not happy. You go, why? My question is, folks, why would he go to the Mets? Is the question. I mean, it's got to be more than money, right? Why would you go to the Mets? I pass on Bregman personally, Michael. I pass on Bregman 100%. We don't need him. We don't need him. No. Cole has been a huge help. Yes, he has. He's been a huge help for Clark Schmidt too. He's rubbing off on his pitching teammates, and this is where the value for Cole goes so much further than his contract as a pitcher. He does so much else. He's like a de facto pitching coach too with Matt Blake. This is why I keep saying he's another guy who should be named co-captain with Aaron Judge. This is not a knock on Judge. This is a recognition on Cole. He's a vocal leader, and he does a lot for his teammates. I'm so happy that we have Cole here. I really am. Thank you so much, my man, Texas Buck. I appreciate your super chat, man. Thank you very, very much. You folks are too generous. I appreciate all yous. Schmidt celebrate. Yeah. I saw Stanton. Stanton was holding up his bat when Soto hit his home run, too. It was pretty cool. Yeah. The Knicks I think they are tired. They're missing a couple guys. They're missing Randall. They're missing Mitchell Robinson. So they need some of that muscle, and they don't have right now. So they're kind of undersized. But if anybody can beat the Pacers, it's the Knicks. I worry about the next round against potentially the Celtics. Well, we'll see who they play if they play there. But yeah, I mean, Hill could have struck out the side in the first, and he'd be at 17 strikeouts. A whole nother, But I can see 18 strikeouts being achieved by the Yankees at some point. So. Can I see Gleyber? I don't know, Joe. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I think they're hoping that he kind of resurrects his bat and he stays here because if he's productive and hitting hard, hitting well, he could be valuable for the Yankees. But I think they're going to quietly investigate trading him. They've done it the last 2 years. So if they do, then we won't know about it until he's traded. That's kind of the way the Yankees roll. They don't really leak stuff, which is good. Yeah, we'll see, Steven. But yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah. I mean, he'll work his way up through the system. I think he's going to stay in AAA, Stephen B. I'm with you there, Dominguez. I agree. And we need to have him and Jones up there. Michael, I would not trade for Bregman. Nope. I would not do it. But that's just me. And Consigliere. I'm glad you agree, Consigliere. I think there's a lot of us, and NFE agrees too. A lot of us would move on. See Morales. Yeah, a lot of us would pass on Bregman. Yeah, honestly, they really would. So I don't see the point. And he's kind of on a decline. He's going to be a free agent. So he's got that stink of the cheating scandal on him. I think he would mess up with just the chemistry of this team. I think whoever they trade for has got to be a good fit here. Just like they did in free agency, everybody's with a good fit. And that's important. They needed to address chemistry. They needed to address the right fit per position. They've done exactly that. And you could see how much better, how much happier this team looks. I can't underestimate. I mean, you just can't. I can't understate it enough. It's crazy. Does Hill qualify for rookie? John, I think he does. Let me see his stats. Yeah, he hasn't pitched enough in the season to not qualify. So it looks like Hill would be eligible for rookie year. I'm pulling up his stats. just to be on the safe side. Yeah, he's 25 years old. 4-1 with a 2. Yeah, he's 5-1 now. Luis Hill. Yeah, you're right, Jennifer. And Baltimore, and again, and the other thing to your point too, Jennifer, like, yeah, I mean, they do rely on some home runs. And the other thing too, when the Yankees played the Baltimore Orioles in Camden, I'm looking up stats here really quickly. No, he has not pitched enough in the season to not qualify. So he would be officially a rookie this year, Hill. Um, when they played the Orioles in Camden, they were not hitting well. Judge wasn't hitting, Torres wasn't hitting, Volpe wasn't really hitting. Like, and they did it without Cole, like we and without some other guys. Since then, we've gotten some players back, and we've gotten some guys to really, really improve and get better. So I think the next time the Yankees play with the Orioles, which I think is going to be in June in Yankee Stadium, the Yankees are going to be in a much better shape, and I think they'll play the Orioles better than they played the last time. Orioles took 3 out of 4 from the Yankees last time. I would be surprised if it happens again. I would be. But again, like, I don't really care if Baltimore wins all the series against the Yankees now. If they play each other in the playoffs, that's when I hope the Yankees win, in all honesty. But you're right. That's a good point, Jennifer. You're making a great point. No. Yes. Who's Sal, by the way? Who's Sal? And why does he feel like Soto's going to go to the Mets? For what reason? Yeah, exactly. That's right. Holy fuck. That's right, Clemenza. That's right. You know? I wouldn't be surprised, Wink, if he was on a future Yankee pitching coach. But I mean, all the kudos in the world to Matt Blake. He's doing one tremendous job. Coconuts is here. What's up? Peter Risberg's here too. What is good, gang? Josh. Rain right now, Baltimore. The Yankees are in first place again over Baltimore. So again, this is 6 in a row for the Yankees. So I don't know which pitcher is going to. I mean, Cole's going to get him, right? So I don't know what they're going to do with Hill, to be honest, in all honesty. So, but this is the benefit of having little guys in long relief, in all honesty, who can throw multiple innings. So they can protect guys like Hill, which is good. Yeah, exactly, Billy. Exactly, Clemenza. Heyman thought Judge was going to the Giants. How'd that work out? Exactly. And honestly, do you think, like, guys on WFN like trashing Soto for all this stuff? I'm like, do you think he wants to go over there and deal with that all the time? Honestly, that type of coverage, he gets much more just respectable and just incredible coverage here with the Yankees people. Honestly, he really does. And again, look at the chemistry he has here with Judge and Stanton and all these other guys. Who's he going to connect with over there in the same way? And Gil, yeah, he'll did top 100 today. Mm-hmm. And Soto. Judge is true. Yeah. Soto was on the money today, baby. He was on the money. And if he, yep. Soto going to the Mets, like saying, I'm going to be a. Oh, and if he's got it, he's on point today, baby. I love it. Prince. And that's the thing, too. Yeah. You know, I think they will. And what the way that I mean, and the chances of the Mets making the playoffs are a lot less likely than the Yankees making the playoffs right now. And there's nothing better than winning a World Series in the Bronx. Nothing better. So I'm happy with that. That's not taking anything from Steve Cohen. He's going to be aggressive, no doubt about it. He's already been aggressive. He's not afraid to spend and invest in his product. There's no doubt about it. But this is how it's going to put the big boy pants. The first they've already taken one step towards it already. They acquired him in the trade, right? He traded a lot for him. Hal approved it. Cashman put in about a year and a half of work to do it. So, and these are all things that happened. And now he's here. Now the goal is to keep him. And I think they're going to be. And Hal's already shown a willingness openly, which he never does, to negotiate with Boris and get him extended early. He knows it's going to cost a lot of money. He knows that now. And the fact that he's still talking about it is fantastic. Fantastic. That's right. Try, no try, do, baby. That's right. That's right. Yeah, and Big G, I'm telling you, Big G's got 11 bombs now. Like, he's fantastic. He really is. 14 years for 652 with an opt out after six. Done deal. Interesting, Chris. Jack, and it's all good. Now we're just talking about, recapping the Yankees. We're talking about Juan Soto right now. Hope you're feeling better. Just get some fluids in you, get some rest, my man. Your health is important. Yeah, I mean, exactly, nosebleed. I mean, that's the thing. The Mets have to worry about. I could see the Mets signing Corbin Burns and not Juan Soto, but they have to re-sign their own guy, Pete Alonso. He's the franchise there. He really is. So, I my guess is they're going to have to come close to the Otani deal. Wookie, my guess. Could be wrong. Okay, and I know a couple. I look, coming from having a degree in economics, when people talk about present value, the people keep saying present value of Otani's contract is like 450 million, not 700. He signed for 700. This is economics 101. He's going to get every dollar of the 700. Present value means is completely irrelevant towards what he signed for. Does not affect what he's going to get paid. Okay. And we don't know what the value is going to be inflation wise and all this other stuff in 20 years. Because remember, this is a 20-year commitment by the Dodgers. He's getting paid $2 million a year for these next 10 years when he's playing, and then $68 million a year when he's not playing. So that's how they designed this contract. That's how they're skirting taxation. Because he can go back to Japan, he would not be subject to federal taxes or California state taxes. He's going to save tens of millions of dollars just in that situation alone. Okay, not including this whole gambling ordeal. And that alone would put him probably in a position to bank 30, 40 million bucks. So when Ipe gets out of prison, he'll take care of him, right? That situation is ugly in itself. I don't know what the hell's going to happen, but they definitely set it up in a clever way, in a kind of a slick way to avoid taxation and all this other stuff. But the fact is, the Dodgers are tied to him for 20 years. 20 years. So that's a good thing. And I can't see the Yankees doing deferred money with Soto. They give him a 14-year deal, they're going to pay him for 14 years. Period. Like the Mets doing the Bobby Bonilla wasn't by choice. That was because they got screwed by Bernie Madoff, who took hundreds of millions from the Millponts and the Mets. So they had to lay out his contract in small increments after that in order to afford to pay him. The Yankees might. They got the Padres coming up. They got who else? The Giants, I think. Is this the Padres and the Giants? They got the Mariners coming up. Good West Coast trip. Yep. They might face Michael King. They might face Brito. Never know what they're going to face. So it'd be interesting to see. It'd be really interesting to see. Yeah, I didn't. Same here, Billy. I think we all talked about it for months. We thought the Yankees would be better. We didn't realize that they'd be playing the way they're playing right now. And I'm happy that they're playing this way. I'm blessed, fortunate, and very grateful that they're playing this way, period. And I hope they continue to, Clemenza. I really do. I really do. Pete Alonso? Did he really? I haven't heard. Let me see. Let's take a look. Pete Alonso. So, Mets. Oh. No, the Mets offered him. He didn't sign it. MLBTradeRumors.com. The Mets offer Pete Alonso a 7-year, $158 million extension last summer. They offered him, okay. 7 years, $158 million. Just to confirm here. Yeah, that's what they offered him. Apparently the news just came out on that a couple days ago, Consigliere. What they offered him last year. And I think he's going to get 200 plus now, in all honesty. So that's a pretty decent. I mean, that's 20, 22 plus. It's pretty good money. But I think he's probably going to get closer to 25 to 30 million, probably for 6-7 years. I'm glad you brought that up. So now it's fresh in our heads what he was offering. Again, it's going to pale in comparison to what the Yankees are going to pay Juan Soto. It really is. Front load. Yeah, Coconuts. I don't know, man. I'm curious to see what they're going to do too with Soto's contract. Maybe they'll give him an opt out after 6 years or something like that. Maybe they won't. But I'd rather give them an opt out instead of a no trade clause all day. So yeah, I know Stanton haters. There's a lot of them. He's healthy. He's kind of transformed his body. He's healthy and he's producing extremely well. And he's on pace for 25, 30 home runs this year. So I'll take 30 home runs from a healthy Stanton every year, every day, all day of the week. Mm-hmm. How long can he pitch, Buckeye? Who are you saying here? Otani? Yeah, well, exactly. Otani's contract to make sense. I mean, it's going to be. Look, Scott Boras he now has the argument to ask for it. I'm not saying he's going to get it, but he has the argument to ask for it. The Dodgers definitely set a new standard, a new threshold. And so, and if anybody's going to ask for it, it's going to be Scott Boras. How long can he pitch? Buckeye, you referring to Otani? I want to make sure I get the right guy here. Yeah, and I said this yesterday on the Pinstripe Chronicles podcast. I think Scott Boras is motivated to redeem himself this offseason instead of what he did last. And he got fired too by Jordan Montgomery. So he's got Pete Alonso, he's got Corbin Burns, and he has Juan Soto. Those are his big three this offseason. So he's going to want to redeem himself, no doubt about it. It pays prison pocket will be able to hold about $20 million. Yeah. Fletcher, I mean, there's another guy with the Angels. He's another one now that's tied to Ipe in this gambling thing. So it's crazy. And you're right about that. That's a good point, Word Lifer. If he wins Rookie of the Year, he gets the Yankees an extra draft pick. That's a great point. Great point. Yeah. Yeah, he got an offer last summer. Buckeye, honestly, I think Otani's got 2 or 3 more years left in him as a two-way player. And he's going to pitch for 2 or 3 more years. He's going to convert to strictly a hitter. If I had to guess, that would be my guess. But the box score, Timothy, I mean, we can quickly recap this box score. Luis Hill, 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 14 strikeouts. McBurdy, two innings pitched, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. Dennis Santana, clean 9th inning. Only threw 6 pitches. Juan Soto, 4 for 4 with 2 home runs. And Anthony Volpe, 1 for 5. Judge, 1 for 4. Alex Verdugo, 0 for 4 with a run. Giancarlo Stanton was 2 for 3 with a home run. Anthony Rizzo, 0 for 4. Torres, 0 for 4. Jose Trevino, 1 for 4 with a home run. And John Birdie was 1 for 2. Did he have any stolen bases today? I think he might have had a stolen base, too. He also had 2 walks, John Birdie. So that's essentially the Yankees box score. Yeah, and then you're right. 22.7 a year is not terrible for Alonso, but I think he's going to get more, especially with Scott Boras. So, but, what do you think, Buckeye, about Otani? How much do you think he's going to go? How much more do you think he'll go last as a pitcher? He's a good pitcher, but he's not an elite pitcher. He's an elite hitter. He's a good pitcher. Stanton's on pace to get 38 and 87. I'll take that any day of the week. And I would agree, too. I don't think Hal's going to let Soto get away. Not this time. Not this time. Yes, they did. I would agree, but Texas, but he's going to bring in an ungodly amount of revenue into the Dodgers, and there's a huge Japanese market in Los Angeles, and so, and again, like you add him to, they have 3 MVPs there now: him, Mookie, and Freeman, and that's their offense. They have they're positive 74 run differential. The Yankees were positive 54 about a week ago, so they have an advantage offensively over the Yankees right now in terms of run differential. But 700 million was crazy. I didn't, that was like 200, was it 260 million more than the second biggest contract, which is Mike Trout's, which is about a 430, 420 something. So they just blew it away, blew it away. So yep, 5-1, 239 ERA, Luis Hill. Yep, and the whole pitching staff is killing it. Definitely, I like him too, NFE. John Birdie, Shh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Birdie's solid. Birdie, I mean both birdies. Birdie's solid on the mound. Birdie's solid in the infield. So yeah, and you're right about that too, Texas. He's 1 injury away from toast. Yeah, he's coming off his second Tommy John. That's why he's not pitching this year. But he's hitting. He's definitely hitting at an elite level. So there's no doubt about that. No doubt about that. No, you might get. I mean, if you get 2 to 5, I'm going to stick with 3, my pick. But he can go longer. He can go longer. It's probably. I would watch out for the Dodgers. I think they're going to continue to add pitchers to help negate that, so that if Otani can't pitch anymore, they'll have other guys. They're going to try to continue to add guys like more Yamamoto and some of these other guys. So um, I think they're going to continue to add pitching. And well, but yeah, I mean, Stanton hitting lower. Yeah, I mean, he's doing his thing. Stanton doing his thing. Sean, I mean, if we could get that, man, I'll take that all day. 55, 50, and 44. All day, Sean. And then and twice on Sunday. Yeah, we got Rodon on the hill tomorrow. So against the White Sox. I think Juan Plug, you're right about that. Competition makes the guys better. I think, balance helps make these guys better too. The right fits. They brought in the right fits. It's kind of changed the mentality and the identity of this team, which is fantastic. Well, exactly, Coconuts. Once he's thrown over 130 innings. He's got high strikeout numbers, but I don't consider him an elite pitcher. He's a good pitcher, but he's an elite hitter. That's why he wins the MVP. Yeah. Oh, they will, Ed. I would be shocked if they didn't. They know too. They're going to have to pay a premium for Juan Soto, absolute premium. So yeah, I mean, he is rewriting it with his pitching. That's another reason why I don't do narratives. People just they run with this stuff. They run with this stuff, and it's you have a couple of people running with someone's talking points about a narrative, and he's not this, that, and he's showing that he's developing and he's getting better and getting better and getting better. I'm on the Schmidt train. I like Schmidt. Well, exactly. Yeah. Yep. The Yankees, yes, they did. They come as the Yankees feasted on his ass when he was on the mound. Yep. Secondhand, but I can't wait, man. I can't wait. I really can't. The AAA, I mean, AA roster is good. The AAA roster is good. Timothy, yeah. The Yankees are this is the first time the Yankees, and they revamped their scouting and their drafting, all the stuff. I think it was 2018, and they've, excuse me, changed the way they drafted, changed the way they scouted, changed the way they develop players, and they are miles ahead of where they were before. They're in such a better position now, and this is why the draft picks are so much better. This is why their top 30 prospects list is ever changing, because they have so many good guys who are essentially 30, 31 through 60, who could also be in the top 30, and that's a good problem for them to have. It also gives them a lot of trade pieces, because they know they're not going to have like 25 people in the infield that are all going to get a chance to play. So if they need pitching, they can use some of these position guys to get pitching. If they need, hitting, they can use some of these other guys to get hitting. So they're in a position now where they can actually get, good players when they need them, or call up good players when they need them, and they're developing them better, which is good too. Smell. So Chris, yeah, exactly. 50 likes. All right, we'll take that. Yeah. See, I'm telling you, man, you gotta fire Cashman. I don't know how he can form a top 10 farm in baseball, and I don't know how he does it, man. He's a bum. I fire him. Yeah. We've had so many Cashman haters, so many Boone haters on this channel. They're all quiet now. It's crazy, right? Yep. Well, it's true too, coconuts. And Cole was the right guy to get at the time for the Yankees. And I stand by that 100%. It's like Otani was the right guy for the Dodgers to get. And Soto was the right guy for the Yankees to get. So it worked out, it worked out well for the Yankees. And I'm very happy where they're at. Really, really happy where we're at. But keep hitting that like button, gang. If you haven't hit that like button, let's try to get over 100 likes if we can. We'll wrap this up in probably an hour. We're at 40 minutes in. So, but, give me your take on how you feeling about the Yankees. What do they need? I asked this last night too. What do they need to do moving forward to make you feel better about where they're at? What moves do they need to make, if any? And staying where they are is an okay answer too. Jace Pierre, what's good? Yeah, well, exactly. And you finish 2 games over 500, you're gonna have haters. How could you not? Yeah, and they don't even factor the point of that they lost Judge for 60 games, they lost Stanton for 60 games, and like, you know, that's fair. I mean, to me, that's fair weather fans. James, fair weather fans. To me, I ride with them no matter what. You know, if even if they finish 10 games under and they have a bad year, I'll acknowledge that, no problem. But I'm not going to go and trash people. That's pointless. That doesn't bring any value. It may bring value to other channels, but like we don't do it here. It's just a waste of time. But right now, it's just a different team. I can't see that happening now. Last year, they had one of the weakest rosters they've had in decades, and they still won 82 games. And they lost Judge and Stanton for 60 games each. And Cortez was out for 3 months. Rodon was out for 3 months, and they had no backups at a credible level, and they still won 82 games. So I don't buy like, oh, Girardi would have won them more. I don't buy it. Torrey, I don't buy it. Casey Stengel, like, don't buy it. You know, that's just hypothetical. It can't be proven. No. You want Corbin Burns in a part? Okay, prototypical leadoff hitter. Okay, I hear that. Well, that's the key too. And so yeah, keeping the fingers crossed. We have no injuries to major players. We need the guys to be healthy, 100%. Well, and those speaking of the bullpen, I think like when Canely comes back, and I said this too, like, when Canely comes back and when Efrost comes back, Lou Trevino's had a setback, so he's gonna be back for a while. But like the most likely guys to get moved are probably Tonkin, and beyond that, it could be Dennis Santana or Caleb Ferguson. Those guys could be option or DFA'd. But and beyond that, I just really I don't know who they're going to move from. And again, like it's going to be some tough decisions. That's not going to make all the fans happy. Some fans are going to be unhappy. Some fans will be happy. That's just the way that it's going to be right now. But again, this is a good problem for the Yankees to have right now. Essentially too much depth. There's not enough depth. Not enough depth was a problem last year. It's not a problem this year. So, which is good. And they've got the right depth. So I know some people may not like Trent Grisham, but I appreciate his Gold Glove prowess in center field. And he does have the ability to put the ball in play. He's a good, solid veteran player. He's under another affordable contract for next year too. So, and it also gives them flexibility to like if Verdugo walks away next year in free agency, he could be the fourth outfield, and they can let Jason Dominguez. It gives them another option at the major level, and you got Oscar Gonzalez too. Like you have other options here, which is good, really, really good. So, what's Michael Ryan saying? Well, yeah. If they sign one, I would agree. They sign Juan Soto, it's really not going to be like. There are some guys who could be leadoff hitter types in the farm right now that could come up. So I'm really curious to see what they do. I mean, they will have a balance of young, controllable players, expensive superstar players, and just good, solid role players. And it'll jack up the payroll no matter what. But having the right guys here is important. And right now, we have a lot of the right guys here, which is good. Really, really good. Well, exactly. Burns is going to come with a QO. They're going to forfeit 2 draft picks and international money. So, if for some reason Torres walks with a QO, Verdugo walks with a QO, then I'm okay with Burns because we'll still be up 2 draft picks and international money. We won't be down. It'd be 2-for-1 offset. But that's the only situation where I'm okay with it. And the fact is, Burns is going on 30. He's going to make 30 million a year. If he keeps pitching the way he is, he's going to make 30 million a year. There's no doubt about it. So, and that's key. That's the key. Well, yeah, one plug. Yeah, the more starting pitchers you have, the better. Yeah, that's why it's important also to have long relievers. Guys that can throw multiple innings, and we have that now. You know, which is a good thing to have. They haven't had that, and I can't remember the last time they had that. The Ramiro Mendoza days, like, yeah. Well, this is true too, Stephen. Yeah, might be able to trade a few pieces of prospects in depth in case. Yeah, I mean, Cashman does this a lot. He improves around the margins when people aren't looking. But a lot of people call it dumpster diving, and all of a sudden, Clay Holmes was a dumpster dive. Look at him now; he's the best reliever in baseball. So Clay Holmes was considered a dumpster dive. Remember that? Nobody knew who he was. They traded Hoy Park for him. People were like outraged. Look at him now. Look at him now. He was considered a dumpster dive. Yep. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. At this point, Bill, yeah, I mean, DJ almost feels like a luxury. And they've got Oswald Peraza still come back. They've got Birdie, right? They've got who else is coming back too? They have a bunch of other guys coming back. And they've got infield prospects at a high level who can call up too. But it's just DJ and Peraza coming back gives the Yankees gives their infield so much versatility and so many options. Now, I don't know if they're going to be able to bring both of them up. They can move out Jahmai Jones, but who are they going to move out beyond that? I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Really interesting. And Rizzo is out over half the year. Yeah, exactly. It's a good point too, Chris. With a concussion. Yep. True. Yeah, I would. I mean, this is the thing. I don't want them to sign players with a QO. This is an opportunity to probably get some value if we let guys walk with a QO. So I'd rather trade for a starting pitcher or let one of our young kids come up, Will Warren or Beater or Chase Hampton, one of those guys. Yep. Chase Hampton's already drawing comparisons to Cole and Burns anyway. So I'll take it. I hear you, One Plug. And I think that's, whatever works. And again, I think, so many people are fed this narrative and this talking points that the only moves that matter are the big flashy names, right? And that's not always the case. That's not always the case. So it doesn't need to be Yamamoto and Soto and Josh Hader and all these other guys. It doesn't need to be that. And I'm glad that I'm sick of the Yamamoto talking point that was fed for months. I'm glad they didn't get Yamamoto. I would have preferred Shota Minaga. That's why I talked about him for a month too, or 2 months. But he's from a phenomenal in Chicago. So, but I'm glad we were at where, and I'm glad we got Stroman. Stroman's a dog. He's the right fit here. So I'm glad. I'm very glad. My guess is they'll extend Corbin Burns too as dog. I think the Baltimore Orioles will do whatever they need to do to extend. What do you call it? They'll extend Corbin Burns. They're in a position now to do that. So Burns. Yeah, our starting rotation is doing fine without Cole and without Burns. Crazy, right? And we're going to get Cole back soon. So Mariano was a failed starter, turned into a converted reliever. So anything he wound up becoming the best closer of all time. It just happens. That's how they learned, right? That's how they learned. They learned the hard way. Yeah. Most likely why Torres is gone. Yeah. Yeah. Scott Boras was also considered a dumpster dive. He turned into probably the best number 9 hitter in all of baseball history. Oh, the young baby's up from her nap. She's crying. So we'll wrap this up in a second here. Cubs walked it off and always see it. I mean, the Cubs are turning into a feisty, good team. Yep. Yep. And I think if DJ comes back, and again, he could give guys like Rizzo a rest. He can give Torres rest. He can give some of these other guys a rest. Gives them options because of his versatility. Just like Oswaldo Cabrera gives them an opportunity, and they can rest Cabrera on occasion and play Birdie. Birdie gives them options too. So, having the right fits here is key, and they've got the right fits here now. So, you know, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy, whatever they do. I'm really curious to see what they do this offseason. But, Jamaica Jones. Yeah, these are not World Series. Yeah, I know fans kept saying that, not World Series moves, right? I hope they eat their words if the Yankees go to the World Series. Not every move needs to be a high profile move. We say this with regularity, So, Michael, I talked about Yamamoto too, but I didn't obsess about him. I said, yes, Yamamoto would have been nice, but I talked about Imanaga just as much as I did Yamamoto. I also said I wouldn't care if they didn't get him or not. I also said he was a massive overpay because he was. So, Michael, you remember that too? Because I did. You can go back and look. Okay. I didn't do the Yamasoto baloney. I didn't. To me, Yamamoto wasn't the end of the world. Would it have been nice? Yeah, but I said repeatedly he's not going to have a career sub 2 ERA in the majors. So, and that's I think people got to keep that in mind as well. Yep. Yeah, Stroman's doing just fine. He's doing just fine. Absolutely. Yeah. Unfortunately, Jung Ho Lee is out. Separated shoulders. He's having torn labrum. He's having labrum surgery. Feel bad for the kid, but he's good. Yeah. Thank you, Stephen. Yep. I did talk about him. I said Yamamoto likely wasn't worth the money, and Imanaga was the guy, but it would cost less and be a better fit. I said that repeatedly. Thank you for corroborating it, Stephen. This is where people try to put words in my mouth, and it isn't true. I talked about Imanaga just as much as I did Yamamoto. I even said Imanaga and Stroman would have been better than Yamamoto by himself. Yamamoto's nice. Yeah, I would have liked him, but the second he signed with the Dodgers, I moved on. Period. There's nothing to do at that point. What's the point of complaining? And the Yankees offered him $300 million. They weren't going to pay him more than Cole because he's not better than Cole. Why would they do that? Yeah, unfortunately, skiing's not going to happen secondhand, but it would be kind of cool. Yeah, he's the ace, hands down ace of the Pirates. Him and Keller now they're gonna formulate a nasty dynamic duo, better than Keller and Brubaker, and we have Brubaker now, so Skeens and Keller is going to be filthy, absolutely filthy. Yep. These are the things. Yeah. Yeah, Cashman worked on the Soto trade for like a year and a half. Yep. And for like a year and a half. He did the groundwork. Hal put it over the top. He's the guy that approved King and what's the other guy? Thorpe to go to the Cashman didn't want to give him King and Thorpe, but Hal approved it. And that's how they got Soto. They had to take Grisham back, but that's how it happened. And he's the owner. He's got the juice to do it. So it was an overpay. Yamamoto's got a 3.21. Not bad. Imanaga's under 1 ERA. So, we'll see where he finishes. We don't know. We don't know where he's going to finish at, Michael. But he ain't going to be 1.7 like he was in Japan. That's for sure. People were talking about like he was the second coming. He was the savior. Just like they're spending so much time talking about Roki Sasaki. He's the greatest thing since sliced bread. He hasn't done anything in major leagues yet. And what does he? And I'll ask folks here, what does he do that other people in majors don't do? And people give me the same answer. Oh, he throws 102. Dozens of guys throw 102. I asked people the same answer about Mason Miller. He throws hard. So what? You got to have movement. Mason Miller is exciting. Yes, he's a dynamic looking pitcher. Yes, but he's also a potentially ticking time bomb. That as hard as he throws. Okay, and the fact is too, he missed 3 months last year with a shoulder issue and a UCL injury. So that's not a guy I would want to trade Spencer Jones and Jason Dominguez for. Never in a million years. So, you know what I mean? Well, I appreciate that, Steve B. We appreciate you, man. This is important. Like, I mean, maybe Michael didn't see it, and which is fine. But we got so many people come on here trolling from that other channel, saying we talk about this and accuse me of doing stuff that the other channel does all the time. You know, and we want to clear that. Want to clear that record now. Want to clear that up quickly. So, but you're right too. So, Soto can mentor Spencer and Jason. Yeah, yeah, heck yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't well, like what's Alex Bregman gonna bring to the Yankees that some other guys would not bring? I don't know. He's gonna get a huge contract too, but let him go somewhere else. Yeah, I know. Into the Mets. They're not ready for the Mets, NFE. Brubaker's coming back. He's working his way through the system. He's coming off JT Brubaker head. He's coming off Tommy Johnson. He's coming back, and he's already throwing live batting practice, and he threw to was it DJ and Dominguez the other day before Dominguez started his rehab assignment. So he's already throwing, which is good. Well, yeah, exactly, Buckeye. Batters can catch up. I mean, Aroldis Chapman threw 105, and he was hit with regularity. Regularity. So it's got to be more than you throw hard. It's got to be more than that. Did a pride with the boxing gloves. Nice, dude. Nice. And if you get that training in, baby. I did a seal, like kind of a seal type workout today, Navy SEAL type workout, NFE. Squats and twists with shoulder presses with heavy weights. And I did a lot of overhand. The SEALs do a lot of overhand walking and types of things. And I did lunges with holding 60-pound bag over my head, kind of like 60 meters and 60 feet, 60 feet, not 60 meters. I did a whole bunch of that today. So a lot of different crazy stuff. It's a good question, Jack. Yankees want to stay under the Cohen threshold in 2025 to spend money on Soto, or do you spend the money on the Japanese ace who will come to the U.S.? We don't know if he's going to come to 2025. This is the other thing too, Jack. He can ask to be posted early, Roki Sasaki, but he can ask to be posted early, but that doesn't mean his team is required to. The reason why is because his team would be walking away from tens of millions of dollars. Why would they do that? Okay, and again, with the other thing too is if they post him early, then he's subject to the 6 years of, just like Otani was. They made an exception to post Otani early because he was a two-way guy, but he's got to go through 3 years of pre-arb and 3 years of arb if he gets posted early. Then he turns into kind of the amateur thing. With the Japanese players and the Korean players, if you get posted early, then you're subject to amateur standing and not a professional standing. In which case, you would not be getting that hundreds and hundreds, that type of stuff. So there would be a change. You know what I mean? So that's one of the things that needs to be cleared up. So I can't see his team posting him early because they'd be walking away from probably $40-50 million, which is what Yamamoto's team got when he got posted at the eligible age of 25. So I'm not doing too. I don't think it's that clear cut right now for Roki Sasaki. But if he gets posted early, he gets posted early, and then the team will get him on the cheap for a bunch of years. So, because why would they pay him $300 million or $250 million when they can just give him 3 years of pre-arb and 3 years of arb? That's exactly what Otani did. He got 3 years of pre-arb and 3 years of arb, all the cheap, and then before he signed this ridiculous money. So there's two different ways to do it. And so it's not clear cut yet, but he did make it clear he's going to ask to be posted early. But like he asked this year and his team didn't do it. It's because they don't have to, which is crazy, but it's true. Absolutely crazy. The Yankees aren't trading Spencer Jones. Why would they do that? Who would they trade him for? No. Well, just Marco. Spencer Jones is not blocked by Jason Dominguez. Let's just make that clear now. He's not blocked by Dominguez. And he also has the ability to play first base. He played first base in college at Vanderbilt. They give him a first base glove. He needs to get more reps there, but that's the easiest way to fit him and Dominguez in the lineup right now, is to have Dominguez and Jones here. But again, it all hinges upon the Yankees re-signing Juan Soto. A lot of it hinges upon that. And then again, if they re-sign Juan Soto, does Verdugo come back? If they don't re-sign Soto, does Verdugo come back? Like, it all hinges upon Juan Soto being re-signed. So that's the key, and I think the Yankees know that. That's priority number one. Everything else beyond that, excuse me, beyond that is secondary. It's crazy, but yeah, I think he was going to stay Yankee for life too. And Hal made it clear he wants him to stay a Yankee for life. Yeah, and Jones can replace Rizzo. I mean, it's right there. So you just got to get reps at first base, more reps at first base. So, you know, it was. I'm not on the hype train for Mason Miller, just like I'm not on the hype train right now for Henry Lane or Roderick Arias. They're highly touted Yankee prospects, but they're so far away that they need to continue to develop. So to me, it's too early. Yeah, the outfield will be full there, Donnie. Yeah, Michael's right there. But again, you'd have, and Jones is a higher rated outfielder than Dominguez is, which is crazy, but he is. So he's an elite athlete, beyond elite athlete. Okay, and he runs from was it first to third in under 11 seconds, which is crazy fast. So he's got elite speed, and he's 6'7". He's Judge's size, and he runs like freaking Billy Hamilton. So it's crazy, absolutely crazy. Let me wrap this up. My baby's crying upstairs. I got to go get her. But I want to thank you all for coming on. Okay, Yankees passing wishes were not. Yeah, postseason wishes were not looking good. Yeah, exactly. Yep. We'll get more of a margin. This Yankee team is a much better literal champ than they were last year. Much better position. Much better position. Jack, I don't know, but we don't need Ellie De La Cruz. That's the other thing too. Where would he play? Kind of crazy, right? God, make Soto. No, that's never happening. No way. No. But Jones is a monster. I appreciate your text, Buckeye. Thank you so much for coming on. I'm gonna go get the baby before she gives me a knuckle sandwich. But have a great day, everybody. Peace and love to all of you. I want to appreciate this was a great conversation with all of you. Hit the like button on the way out if you don't mind. If you're not subbed, please do. Make sure that you're subbed to the channel. I don't want you missing out on this stuff. And thank you for being part of the 161 family. I love all of you. You are the best. Disagree, agree. Just bring the heat no matter what. Over now.